live. Going live. We're live. Okay, grade 4 Q&A. Mr. G's here. This one will be on delay.
That's on delay.
Yeah, so he's going to take over from now and we'll talk to you shortly. Make sure if you're in the chat that you're also putting your name, or if mum and dad are in the chat, you're putting your first name as well so we know who we're talking to. All right, I'll hand it over to Mr. G. I'll put that there. That one's live. That one's live. You can see what's happening as you're doing it, and here's the chat here. So, yeah. All right, Mr. G, all yours.
All right.
Just maybe speak to them first and see if they can all hear you first.
Yeah. Good morning, Year 4 Q&A live. Just checking that if anyone is here, just let me know if you can hear me properly.
So what they'll see is that one. They'll see that. Yeah. So it'll take a bit of a while for that message to get through here.
Yeah.
Just make sure that they're writing in the chat. That's how they can communicate with you.
So just make sure that you're writing in the chat. That is the best way to communicate because we can't hear what you're saying at your end. So make sure that if you do have anything to say that you are putting it into the chat with your name as well. That'll make things a lot easier. Oh, and you just type this up there as well.
Very rarely. I normally just talk to everyone. Just trying to get the chat going. Once they get familiar with hopping on, and it's easier for grade 6 because they know it a little bit more. But
yeah, these guys. Here we go. Good morning, Caden. How you doing? Good morning, Patrick.
And Tina was on ours earlier.
Tina. Good morning, Tina. How you doing?
Caden, Patrick, Tina, good morning. Can you hear us okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Cool.
How are you guys tracking along with the online work so far?
You can just sit there for a while and just let things flow.
Yeah.
So, you done it before?
No, nothing like this.
I haven't either.
No. So I just thought I'd let you know this is my first time doing a live video. Hello, Deandra and China. Good to see you here. But yeah, this is my first time doing a live video, so we're still very much getting used to this as well. So we might just let things sort of set for a bit until a few more people arrive. Yes, we've had a few issues with the OneNote. The OneNote hasn't cooperated at all. I think the system has been overloaded. So the best option for us now is to be just emailing all the work out. So we will continue to email the work out. But yeah, we'll just wait until more people arrive. And feel free to, if you do have a question, just comment your question into the chat. I can see the chat over here. And I'll try my best to answer any questions that you have. Hello, Abby. Hello, Shaylin. Yes, it is, Tina and Patrick. It is the OneNote. That is the problem, yeah. So some people have managed to get onto the OneNote, but as a whole, the OneNote has been crashing due to the amount of people on it. So in that case, we just recommend that if you have print materials, to use the print materials, and the intervention will continue running phone calls. But yeah, if OneNote is not working, just steer clear of OneNote. Hello, China. How you doing? Hello, McKenna Mills. How you doing? McKenna Mills is on our one now.
Mills is in there, is she?
And Abby Dunn said hi.
All the Sixers are chiming in, are they?
Yeah, well, I thought this was Shaylin, but it's actually China.
Ah, okay. So, Tina's got a question.
Yeah, I've addressed that.
Okay. Anybody else who has a brother or sister or knows someone in Year 5, they're going to do a Q&A today at 12 p.m. So you can pass that message on. That would be great. They're going to send an email out too. But 12 p.m. for Year 5. Try to get that word out if you can, please.
Hello, Chanel.
What's up, girls? Ah, sure.
So if you could, if you do enter the chat from now on, would you be able to say your name so that I'm aware of who it is actually on there? Because some of the names may be a bit different. How are you tracking, Chanel, with everything? Are you going okay with it all? Just making sure that we're keeping the comments sensible as well, because we are still following school structure and school rules. So just make sure the comments are sensible. And the other good thing with this YouTube Live is it's a good way for us to do the roll call as well. So we will have a good idea of who actually is online at the moment, who is working online, who is working off print materials. So we can use that as a roll call as well. Wonderful, wonderful to see that you're doing email lessons there, Chanel. Really good to see. So are there any burning questions that anyone in Year 4 had regarding schoolwork or OneNote or any of the lessons? Did anyone have any burning questions that they wanted to ask? Hello, Noah Chandler. How are you? Yes, Chanel, every day. Every day we will be putting up work for you to do off OneNote, and every day we will be sending out emails with the work you're expected to do each day. And just take that work very slowly. There's no need to rush. It is cool when you see your name on YouTube, isn't it? How are you going, Deandra? Going good? Mrs. R says she's missing you, Deandra. She can't wait to see you again. It's hard for you to work from home, is it, Caden? How old is your sister? What grade's your sister in, Caden? Or how old is she? But yeah, I hear what you're saying. It is a lot harder to work at home than at school, isn't it? And even I find it a lot harder to do my work at home than at school. So I think the best advice we can give is to try and find a quiet, private space. Hello, Leilani. How are you? Hello, Osman. Good to see you, mate. But yeah, it is difficult to work at home, isn't it? Especially because we have more distractions at home. So my recommendation is try and find a quiet space. Try and keep away from technology, so keeping away from phones and televisions and whatnot, and just allocate some time for you to do a little bit of work here, and then have a little bit of a break. Okay, so we're getting a few questions now. So is that enough doing it? Yes, the email lessons are enough. Okay, so each day we're anticipating that you do 1 hour of English, which would be made up of reading, writing, and spelling. 1 hour of numeracy, which is number facts and your math. And then 1 hour of either geography or science. Okay, and on Friday, happy Friday to everyone, by the way. On Friday, we're happy with 1 hour of English and 1 hour of math. So you don't have to do geography or science on the Friday. Now, what were the other questions? Will our parents have to tell you about our good or bad behavior at home? Your parents are most welcome to let us know if you haven't been behaving at home. Maybe your parents could adopt the RTC. We could give out in-home RTCs. Do we submit our week 1, etc. paperwork to school? That is a good question, Patrick, about about paperwork and marking. Basically, the instructions that we've received is that there is nobody is under any pressure to mark work. So if parents don't have time to mark work, that is completely fine. But if parents do want to mark work, they are more than welcome to. When school does go back, we will not be requesting any work or any marked work, and we probably won't get the time to check work. Okay? So there's absolutely no pressure with marking of work. It is basically just you do what you can so that you are getting an education while we are in this crisis. Hey Diona, how are you? We're not sure when school go. Is that when does school go back, Chanel? Is that what your question is? Because we're not sure when school's going to go back. What we've heard is that this online learning will go on for 5 weeks, and then in week 5 we will get notified as to what the plan is from then on. So we could be back in week 5 or 6, but we're not sure. Miss T and Miss Royan are currently teaching the children of essential workers that are here. So they are currently teaching them the exact same thing that you are doing at home. Hello, Brayden. Nice to see you. Is that a YouTube emoji there, Osman? So basically, the best advice that we can give is that the current attitude that we've got is basically just do the best that you can. We are in an unprecedented circumstance, and there are a lot of things that are out of our control. And there are a lot of restrictions in place that we have to follow. So in terms of education, we are all just doing the best that we can. And the goal is that in the however long that we have in this situation where we are in isolation, we are just trying to work as best as we can and get some kind of education. Okay? So there's no pressure on anyone in terms of how much work you are doing. Any work that you do get done, we will be happy with. That is the attitude we're adopting. Just trying to get as much of an education as you possibly can in this time. How are you going, China? Did you have any burning questions that you needed to ask? Or are you all good with it? Is that a clap emoji, is it, China? Are you applauding me? Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Yes, that is very important. That's a good question, Chanel. What we need, and this is an education department requirement. So if you guys could let your parents know that the department wants parents to be emailing teachers, and all they have to do is email us. So if you're in my class, just email me. If you're in Mrs. R's class, email her. And if you're in Miss Tartusi's class, email her. And just let them know that you are at home and working. So you can just send an email saying, my child is at home and working. Okay, that's all they have to do. And the reason that we're asking parents to do that is for attendance purposes, because then we can log that on One School that you are working at home. Okay, because if we don't hear anything from you, we have to put it as a unexplained absence, and we have to make phone calls. So if you guys are emailing us, it just means that we know that you're okay with it, and we know that we don't have to ring you. I'm having trouble on the Apple iPad sometimes to download little icons. Hey, Braden. Yeah, we discussed before, Braden, that the OneNote is currently having a lot of problems, and a lot of people are struggling to download things off OneNote and access OneNote. So what we have been doing, Braden, is sending out all the worksheets and all the instructions to your parents, okay? So if your parents haven't got those emails, please get them to ring up the school, okay? Excellent. Good to see you're getting the emails, Deandra. Yeah, so if your parents haven't been getting any emails, make sure that you get them to ring the school, okay? Because we have been sending emails of the work each day. So maybe we've got the email written down wrong. And China's making a good point. Wash your hands every day. Okay? I heard somebody say, wash your hands as if you've just touched a hot chili and you're about to put a contact lens in your eye. Okay? Wash your hands. All right? That is a very important thing for us to be doing. All right? So wet your hands, put soap on it, scrub them for 20 seconds, and then wash it off. Good, so you're getting emails, Deandra. Were there any questions that I didn't answer? So we might start doing these live chats every day if possible, because I know the Year Sixes have been doing this every day as some kind of a contact and roll call. So you guys have been doing this every day, hey?
We do it 9 o'clock every morning, yeah. That's
Yeah.
just our check-in point,
Yeah.
one of our check-in points.
Yeah. So we might look at trying to do this as much as we possibly can. Just so we can see how everyone's going and also see who is working from home and use it as a bit of a tracker as well. So any other burning questions that anyone had? Or does anyone have a question that they feel hasn't been answered yet? China's telling everyone to social distance and wash their hands.
Good work, China.
Good work, China. So make sure you're at least 1.5 meters apart from Shaylin. So yeah, I think the key messages are OneNote is playing up. So if OneNote hasn't been working for you, make sure you're checking your emails. If your parents are getting those emails, make sure they are ringing up the school and then giving us an up-to-date email so we can put that into our system. 2, wash your hands. And what was the third point? 3, if your parents could email us each day letting us know that their child is working, that makes things really, really easy for us. So they're the 3 main important things. And if you don't finish the work for the day, that's fine. Just go on with the next day's work, because that means that we're all doing the same thing. And if we can all do the same thing each day, it makes things really smooth. Kaden, my mum has got the emails, so I will work home Monday and Friday, but will attend school Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday while my parents go to work. Yep, Kaden, that's absolutely fine. Noah, what is your favourite anime character? I'll let Mr. Kelsey answer that one. What's yours, Mr. K? You love anime, don't you?
Not at all. But when I was younger, I used to watch Dragon Ball Z, and I used to like Trunks and Vegeta. I don't know if that means anything to you, but that was 20 years ago. There you go, 20 years ago.
20 years.
20 years, long time.
Yeah, I was more of a Pokemon fan.
I don't mind Pokemon.
I think Ash was the one I liked.
Ash Ketchum.
Yeah.
And Misty.
And Misty. Misty was good.
And Brock.
Brock, which one was Brock?
Brock had the squinty eyes.
Yeah, Brock.
He had the rock ones.
Use hand sanitizer.
Thank you, China. China, you should get a job as a nurse one day, I think. You're very good with the health stuff. How many have you got in?
Yeah, cool. 16.
Sweet. An important thing here for as well is, and they're into it. If there's anybody that you talk to in your class, you might text message them, or if you talk to them maybe on a chat or something, let them know that our YouTube channel exists, and even though it's mostly Year 6 content on there, that Year 4s will be doing some Q&As and some check-in stuff as well, but there's some other important and awesome stuff on the YouTube channel, so make sure you pass that on.
I think Mr. Fisher was saying to me before that he was doing an Anzac video as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's lots of...
It's already up there.
Oh, it's already up there. So there's going to be lots of interesting stuff getting posted on here. You all know that Chappie Steve is a guru with technology, so I think he's going to start uploading stuff as well. So pass the message along that there is a Tagum State School YouTube page. And I think that we might finish up there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think it sounds like everybody's going along really nicely. So just a big thank you to all of you for pitching in and doing the best you can with the situation we've been handed. And who was it? Leilani, I'm going good. I'm going really good. Thanks for asking. So we might finish up there, guys. So, yep. So we might finish up there, guys. So thank you for coming onto the stream today. We will be doing more streams. So if you do get stuck on anything, or if you do have any questions that come to mind over the next, week or two, make sure you write them down and save them for the chat, because we will be doing more streams in the upcoming weeks. Obviously, Anzac Day ceremonies are not going ahead, but a lot of people are going to be getting in their front yards and doing a minute's silence. And unless anybody has anything important to say or any important questions to ask, we might finish up there. So thanks again for your hard work. Okay, good to see. Good, Leilani. That'd be great if you could tell Erica. All right. Bye-bye. Bye all. Have a great weekend.